It says, "Tell me, you who desire to be under the law, do you not hear the law? For it is written that Abraham had two sons, the one by the bondwoman, the other by the free woman. But he who is of the bondwoman was born according to the flesh. He who is of the free woman is born through promise. Which things are symbolic? For these are the two covenants. The one from Mount Sinai, which gives birth to the woman of bondage, which is Hagar. For this Hagar is Mount Sinai in Arabia and corresponds to Jerusalem, which now is and is in bondage with her children. But the Jerusalem above is free, which is the mother of us all. For it is written, Rejoice, O barren, you who do not break forth, and shout, you who are not in labor, for the desolate has more children than she who has a husband." So now I would like to talk about Arabia. You hear a lot of times that the Jewish people talk about Judea and Samaria. But if you look on a map at Saudi Arabia, it actually has an area there called Judea and Samaria. And there's a mountain over there. And this mountain, it's something about Kibar. It's called Kibar. And Kibar is also in the book of Ezekiel and other chapters as well. I think it's in Ezekiel chapter 1 and 2 or 2 and 3. So
Okay, well, what does this have to do with the passage, which is an allegory for Christians?
So what this has to do with Mike Huckabee, where he thinks that those people over there, the Ashkenazis, are the Jews of the Bible, and God gave them that land 3,800 years ago. So when you look at the Ashkenazi people, they stem from the bloodline of Japheth, and Japheth was the second son of Noah. And Ashkenaz, Gog and Magog, all of those come.
Yeah, I'm aware of that, but what does that have to do with this? Where are you going?
Well, we're talking about Christian Zionism and the debate of Christian Zionism, and I can prove that those people are not the ancient people of the Old Testament that God was talking about. It's the people of Saudi Arabia. And to this day, they're still doing animal sacrifices on the same day that Moses said to do them. And that piece is called
They who? Who are you talking about?
the Meccans, the Saudis, the Muslims. They're still doing animal sacrifices, Levitical animal sacrifices.
Okay, what does Muslims have to do with it now?
Because the religion of Islam is the religion of ancient Jerusalem. It says it right there in Galatians 4. And they're still
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. That's ridiculous.
those people.
That's not even like it. When did Islam come to be?
Islam, yes, I understand Islam came around in the year 622, but when Jesus was talking about, you have heard it said of old, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, he was referring to the ancient times with the laws of Hammurabi. And back in that time,
No, he's not. He's referring to the Torah. It's in Leviticus.
no.
He's citing Leviticus.
It's in the Cyrus tablet. It's in the tablets of
What does that have to do with what it's in? Jesus consistently in the Gospels is referring back to the Torah and citing Leviticus. What does that have to do with Hammurabi?
Hammurabi. It's right in the laws of Hammurabi, which came way before.
What does that have to do with what Jesus is citing? Jesus isn't citing Hammurabi. He's citing the Torah.
No. The Torah came after Hammurabi. Hammurabi came before the Torah.
You don't know that.
First of all,
you don't know that, and that doesn't. That's
it's
not
in the archaeological tablet. It's in the museum.
Shut
it says
up.
Right
that doesn't have anything to do
for tooth.
Shut up. The fact that Jesus is citing the Torah is irrelevant to the dating of Hammurabi, and that the dating of it has nothing to do with whether that's what Jesus is citing. Even if it's older or newer, we know that Jesus is citing the Torah. You don't think so?
Well, first of all, as a Middle Eastern Christian, we don't call it the Torah. That's a Jewish word. We don't call it the Torah. We just call it the scriptures. So
it's
when Jesus
calls it the law of Moses and the writings. So there's nothing wrong with calling it the Torah. Jesus is the living Torah.
Jesus did not call it the Torah. Jesus spoke Greek. He didn't speak.
Jesus didn't speak Greek. He spoke Aramaic. You're an idiot. He spoke Aramaic.
Jesus spoke Greek.
No, he didn't. He spoke Aramaic. Get out of here.